This will be called my Malcolm X moment. What I call it my Malcolm X moment because these events probably be more than likely on TV one day. And I remember, the most stressful situation on the golf course is closing down due to rain or flooding, right? Normally, the guy who making the most buck on the dollar would be the one make that decision. Nobody ever dreamed that a little black kid gonna make that decision. You see, I'm the only black in the world with a golf course management degree. I never was treated like a manager. Yes, I did all the brain work and all the labor. When I saved them millions of dollars, next thing you know, you hear stuff like, hey, go clean the bathroom. Hey, go sweep the dining room out. This is after saving them millions of dollars. And it's everywhere because they want to let you know that you're not shit. Right? Well, one day, I was working with Mr. Adam Ranch, grandson. He was the golf pro. And I was the superintendent for the day because the superintendent was off. And he contacted me, he said, Dave, man, boy, I got a bad hangover. Man, you think you can close the course? I'll back you. And I said, well, Bubba, whatever you want, boss. Whatever you want. I say, but I done checked number one, which is unplayable. There's no way to get the one green for number one tee. I said, I also check number three, which I never seen it like this before, is unplayable. You can't get from the tee to the green. I say, just based on them two alone, I haven't got to check the bike 9, but I went and checked 12 anyway. And 12 is no way to get from the tee to the green. So, I'm going to call it like I call it. He said, well, it's about 30 guys up here waiting to play. And they all big pocket guys. So I will back you 100%. Okay? So I understand it. Right? I go in the pro shop. And the golf pro said, Mr. Adam Wrench, grandson, what it gonna be, boss? What it gonna be? This the man right here, this the man right here, wherever he say go. I say, close. Them men looked at me. And one of them said, $35 million a month go through my software company. He said, I bet you don't even make 30 a year though. I said, no, sir. I wish I did. So he looked around at all the other men and he looked at the golf pro. He said, you tell me a black guy who ain't even making $30,000 a year can stop people like me and my friends, all millionaires? He can stop us from fucking playing golf? The golf pro say, he the man. He the man. He said, get the green chairman up here. Get somebody on the golfing board to get in him right now, right? So at the time, the golf pro, he called Don. I don't even remember if Don came up there. But anyway, somebody come up there. And the guy say, can this guy here, who ain't even making $30,000 a year, stop us from playing golf? Is y'all sure he the final word in closing the golf court down? And the guy say, that Mr. Suggs. Say, what he say goes, sir. If he said close, it closed. He the man. And that guy looked at me for a minute in silence, him and all his friends. And he said, you know what, son? I need to shake your hand. And I say, for what? And as we were shaking hands, he said, you the most powerful black man I ever met in my life. Because for you to be able to tell millionaires when they can play, and if they can't play, he say, son, you got more goddamn power than you ever know you had. He said, you don't know the power what you possess, son. And I said, well, sir, I'm just doing my job, sir. That's all I'm doing, sir. I'm just doing my job. And you know, they all stared at me. And each one came through, shake my hand before they went home. And I didn't realize what happened until it was over with. You know, and me and Mr. I forgot the guy's name, but he was Adam Ranch's grandson. And me and him, you know, we talked the next day, and he said, man, he said, this job doing you wrong, bro. He said, for you to make them kind of decision with the money you making, he said, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. He said, you got two people over you making close to $100,000. But anytime there's a tough decision to be made, everybody call you. He said, you're hanging up, brother, man. Things got to get better. And that was my Malcolm X moment. Creepy, but true.